Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Craig Dixon.
We're not like most podcasts. Hey, guys. It's me, Fred. What's up, guys?
Terrible.
It doesn't sound
No,
as
it
good.
doesn't good. It doesn't sound good at all.
We're the Nia Jax of wrestling podcasts.
Why would you say something
We're
that's stupid?
terrible. We don't make any sense. And frankly, we shouldn't be, televised or published ever. So, just like her.
No.
So, I compare us. We're actually kind of like the... I don't know. If we had to describe us in one wrestler.
One wrestler?
If we had to describe the Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
That's a good question.
The embodiment of one wrestler, future, not future, obviously, past or present.
That's a good question.
I really stumped you there, didn't I?
Yeah, no, it's a really good way to start the show.
I would solely go with the Brooklyn Brawler, just because of...
I'm out.
We job out. Not only are we jobbers, here and in real life, we're dirty, we're weird, and, we've never... I don't know where we're going with this, man.
Alright, so, welcome back, guys. We're
Gene
here.
Snitsky, that's true.
Gene Snitsky.
We don't have as much acne as he does.
I don't know about that.
I hope not.
I would hope not, no.
I don't think so, right? I mean, now as Craig wants to take his shirt off, and I'll check and stuff like that if he wants to real quick.
No, I'm good.
No, you're good? Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
God,
I mean,
it
it was just a thing I was trying to throw at you, but it's okay.
That's an interesting.
You don't really have to. Well, you don't have to be afraid of it, Craig, because
I'm not afraid of anything.
I'm taking,
Well, I am afraid of that. I'm afraid
of what?
Of whatever the hell you're trying to do right now.
Nothing at all, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have I got a smile from ear to ear.
It's Rusev Day!
That's right, baby.
It's always Rusev Day.
It's Maria Day.
Oh, yeah. How is Maria?
It's Maria, baby. It's awesome, man. What are you talking? It's good, man.
Good. Good to know, man.
Yeah.
Glad. Just to recap our followers here, we've been talking about Fred's personal life a lot on the show. Pretty much since day one.
Ish.
And it's led to many wrong turns and car crashes and that. And
too many.
Fred's kind of, I think Fred's stabilized finally, and I think he finally found someone. I've been hearing good things about it from him, so I'm happy for you, man.
Thanks, man. It's been great. Like I said, not only are we getting along emotionally and spiritually, but physically.
All right, yeah, we get it. I mean, we all got it.
We have so much Sorry, Craig. We're having so much intercourse. It's fucking awesome.
Who said that? No, who said that?
I thought it was the vaginal part that you got.
No.
What?
Of course it was vaginal. What else would it be?
What do you mean? Dude, I thought that was what you made.
You don't have to say vaginal.
Who talks like that? From last week, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought that if I got rid of the vaginal part and just said we have lots of intercourse, that it would normalize it.
Just say sex.
Sex?
It's fine.
Sex?
You don't need to be so specific and so, like a fucking health science.
Well, I just want to make sure that we're not doing anal sex, or intercourse. Sorry, I mean sex, but.
But when most time when people say they're having sex, they don't mean anal sex. Like when they're saying sex, they mean vaginal sex, which is all you need to say.
No.
All right. Anyway,
hold on. No. Okay. Well.
Wait a goddamn second. All right, guys.
Tomato, right?
Tomato. We are 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. It's actually next weekend, but we have 1 week of programming left, so we have one more episode before WrestleMania. So, Fred,
yeah.
I don't know about you. We could jump right into the shows this week. The problem with doing that though is, and I don't know how much you watched this week. The recent trend with you has been that you haven't really been watching anything.
What? That's a wild accusation, sir.
These are your words.
I plead the fifth.
I mean, you're not. You think nobody's arresting you? You can just admit that you didn't watch it. It's cool.
I watched the wrestling. It happened on Monday and Tuesday.
This is so not convincing.
We all know. Guys.
Yeah.
I watched Monday, of course, and I watched Tuesday. I mean, clearly, I do. I watched the show because remember that thing with Tamina on SmackDown was like with
yeah, she wasn't on SmackDown.
I mean, I mean Tamina. So stupid of me. I meant Lana. Like that thing with Lana when she came out to
she didn't
confront Becky Lynch.
No, that didn't happen.
Lynch.
No, I didn't.
Or okay, I'm just playing, people. We all know The Rock came back and endorsed Roman Reigns. Can't wait for WrestleMania, guys.
Okay, Periscope is definitely broken today because it says we have 20 followers right now, and it's
We
definitely
ain't that popular.
It's definitely not happening right now.
I did watch that terrible leg drop Nia Jax just did.
Can we talk about this week's programming? I mean, let's talk
about 3 weeks ago.
Let's quickly talk about what we've been dealing with the last month or so, because I don't have anything really specific to talk about this week. I really don't have anything.
It wasn't anything great to talk about.
That's what I'm getting at here.
Okay.
Overall, for the last month or two, I'd say wrestling's been pretty good. WWE.
It's been fine.
Fine. They've had some good pay-per-view matches.
We haven't really complained a lot.
No, we haven't complained about a lot. We've been talking about how we haven't. We have the Wretched Wrestling Podcast, where we talk about wretchedness in WWE.
Of course.
And yet we are here, there, and everywhere. And I have had nothing to complain about. Now,
that's unlike you, Craig.
It's very unlike me. But then we go into... We're approaching WrestleMania now. So this is the biggest time of the year, right? I mean, this is it. This is the apex of wrestling for the year, right? And
it's been between Great Balls of Fire and Vengeance is kind of like the real apex.
I was going to say December to Dismember, honestly, and
that was
Insurrection.
Those.
And I actually like Invasion. That was probably my favorite pay-per-view.
Invasion was great, especially when they had no Kevin Nash, no Scott Hall, no Eric Bischoff, no Hulk Hogan, no Sting, no Bret Hart, no Owen Hart, of course. Do I continue? Of course.
No, that's fine. I think you got enough guys there.
Yeah. So you were making a point.
I was making a point that you completely derailed. Yes. So what I've been saying and what I'm trying to get to is that we've been watching like a steady increase of let's say like important shows and enjoyable matches and whatnot, whatever, It's been like a steady rise. It's been like it's plateaued here and there. It's been like, okay, it's been about the same a couple weeks, but for the most part, it's been really good. And like you figure, now we're getting to WrestleMania, right? We're 2 weeks away.
No Scott Steiner either.
We're 2 weeks away, or a week away now, and like this past week, Monday, I'm like, all right, man, this is the second to last week before the second to last week of programming before Mania. We're gonna get this big, this is gonna be a huge week. They've got so many.
Yeah, they got 2 shows left.
Yeah, they only have 2 shows left after this. So, I was ready for it, and then Raw and SmackDown came this week, man, and I cannot even put into words how boring of a fucking week this was. This was the most forgettable WrestleMania build week of all time. I actually remember reading on Twitter on Monday after Raw had ended about... somebody posted on Twitter, one of our followers, I don't know, I wish I could plug whoever they are.
Just literally too many.
Yeah, posted the Raw results, right? And they just put them in a list and just say, here's what happened. And I read it and I'm like, holy shit, that was the show that I just watched? Rhino had a singles match, I remember that.
He has a very pivotal part.
The club had a random tag team match that they won that was out of nowhere.
They were also extremely important to this WrestleMania card.
Yeah, right, because they're both in...
Well, I think they're in something.
Maybe they have a hotel or something.
Possibly.
We don't know. But I got it here. I got it here, Fred. So let's just talk. Let's take away all the segments of, the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns stuff. Let's just go by matches, okay?
Matches.
Because you figure wrestling...
Male-on-male contact. Or female-on-female contact.
For the most part, I'm just ignoring that. For the most part, the last couple months, it's been a steady balance between wrestling and good segments. Some of the matches are good, some of them are not. Some of the segments are good, some of them are not. But this week,
True.
let's take all the segments out, and let's just go by matches. We had Nia Jax versus Mickie James. We had Cedric Alexander.
That's not terrible.
That's not terrible,
She's
but...
connected to Alexa, you know? But whatever, let's keep
Can
going.
I just get through this?
Yeah, okay, I'm just...
Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali versus TJP and Drew Gulak. Well, whatever. Asuka versus Jamie Frost.
That was a classic match.
Sheamus versus Braun Strowman.
Ooh.
The Club versus The Miztourage. Rhino versus Elias.
Ooh.
And Kane versus John Cena in a no DQ match. And that was Raw.
I got a boner.
That was Raw.
I have a boner just thinking about that.
That was Raw 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Like, what the fuck?
That sounds very boring.
Maybe I'm making a big deal out of nothing, but to me, this, like, I was going in, I was ready for something big to happen. Like, I was watching it live, expecting something crazy, maybe like an Undertaker appearance. We got nothing. What did you think? What did you think of Raw this week?
Yeah,
I'm not even talking about SmackDown yet. Like,
very lackluster. I liked the opening set. I mean, you're talking about just matches. I liked the Brock Roman thing.
That was good. That was good.
Or beat up, whatever. That was good. But then that was it. Like that
was the end of the show.
I
pretty
guess
much.
maybe Nia Jax and Mickie James had some relevancy, but other than that, I'm like, it's really just kind of like a card. Where was everybody? Like,
I know, right?
Just something felt missing, even though everybody was there. It didn't feel like anything important. And you said it's 2 weeks before the biggest show of the year. Like, they should be throwing all the fucking cards from the deck, man. Like, giving us everything,
Yeah, and Ronda Rousey had a segment where she got confronted by Absolution. Okay, that was cool to see her almost... By the way, again, Ronda Rousey almost killed somebody again. Whatever that fucking move she did was.
Yeah.
The pick up Mandy Rose and throw her at Sonya Deville move. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. You want to call it a Samoan drop, I guess? Sure. But, overall, the show was just... it didn't feel like WrestleMania was coming. This felt like a Raw in the middle of June. Like, when they just I got no ideas this week, man. Let's throw Rhino in a singles match.
We got, 2 more months for SummerSlam. We got nothing right now.
Like, what did they establish with this show besides the 2 segments of Ronda Rousey and Roman Reigns' segments? What else did they establish on this show? This was the second to last Raw before Mania. The second to last one.
I don't know, but I have no clue what's going to happen between John Cena and Undertaker at all. And I don't know how much I care, honestly.
Yeah, and then there's that.
That's the thing also. I mean, first of all, it's a weird situation in the first place, because they're not giving us the Undertaker, until he maybe gets to... That would be great if he doesn't even show up and it's just John Cena just sitting in the crowd the whole time, and that was the end of the storyline.
I read some people...
there was no match at all.
I read that some people think that might actually happen now.
I would love that. That would make my WrestleMania. Fuck AJ versus Nakamura or anything like that.
It's just, and then, Kane main eventing a Monday Night Raw against John Cena. It felt like Raw in 2005. It was just really bad, and the crowd was not into this show at all. I mean, they liked the Ronda Rousey and the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar segment, but for the most part, and John Cena, my God, during this Kane match, was so overdoing the fucking Undertaker shtick you do the sit up, you do the roll your eyes to the back of your head, you do the throat slice hand gesture thing. What the fuck? He was acting like a fucking cartoon character, or like a video game when you, steal somebody's taunt, you know what I mean?
It's so stupid.
It was so fucking lame. And for Fred's lack of a better term that he's been calling this entire feud, it was really gay. It was really gay.
So fucking gay.
We tried to be, a little eloquent here. We try to, we try.
We try.
Try is the key word.
That is a key word, of course.
Key word.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the feud, it's fucking terrible. It's fucking gay.
It's so fucking gay.
It's not even a feud. It's not even a feud.
It's not even a feud.
I don't even care if Undertaker
and if you want to construct this fucking feud, this fucking weak link feud, there's really nothing behind it. It's just him just calling out a random person, calling them an asshole, and them to show up at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Maybe. Why can't...
I'm just gonna start calling out a
retired...
I'm gonna start calling out a retired professional wrestler on the podcast every week and just prove that him not showing up is because he's afraid of me. Because that's what this feud is about.
That's right.
He's calling out somebody in a fucking retirement center.
That's right, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm wearing a shirt. That means I want to fight you. And I know you're watching this. I know you're listening. And I just want to say this. You're going to get a stunner. He's going to get a stunner. They're all going to get stunners.
I'm going to get a stunner? Is that what you said?
I'm giving you a stunner, too.
Oh, what the fuck?
You've done a lot to me.
I have done a lot to you.
You made me date a pirate before I met the beautiful Maria.
All right, so... I mean...
It's so stupid.
Yeah, and then John Cena...
And it's gay, too. But
John Cena, trying to, cut a promo after the fucking match. He's trying to start a do something chant. Just the worst fucking chant of all time. And guess what? The crowd didn't really bite.
Idiots.
They didn't even really bite. They bit a little bit. A little bit. But, it wasn't as big as he wanted it to be. He's doing that look around thing, I heard that guy do it. Oh, that guy's doing it. Oh, my guy in the front row at the seat.
So you're all doing it.
And then, people are all right, do something. I don't even know how you chant that. Do something. It's so dumb. And then, but on the flip side, the WrestleMania card is actually very good.
It is.
I really don't have a problem with it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Why do we even need this match to begin with? Why couldn't Roman Reigns have just retired the Undertaker? The card is fucking great. We don't need this Undertaker match, or we don't know what the fuck we're getting, but we don't need it.
It's alright. It's also jam packed, and it's gonna be 7 hours of this shit.
Oh my god!
How do we even do that?
I'm so gonna be drugged up for that.
SmackDown was a little better. Nothing really out. Nothing great. Nothing to write home about. The best part of the show is probably Daniel Bryan's promo, I would say.
Yeah.
Where he basically said, I don't need to be a GM in this moment, and just, ripped off his stupid cardigan, and he started cutting a promo.
It's the obvious, the obvious good
he's a wrestler now.
Happen,
yeah.
So,
whatever. Yeah, and, they announced that him and Shane are going to fight Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Mania. We all knew that was coming at this point.
Yep.
SmackDown wasn't that bad. It wasn't as good as it has been for the last couple months. But again, it was just kind of a overall lackluster week. I have nothing really to contribute to the show this week. What
do you think of the AJ Styles Nakamura build so far?
I don't think it's been bad. I think they're limited right now because he's hurt. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
He hasn't had a match in a few weeks now.
He hasn't, no. But it's I don't know. I think that I get what they're doing. They're just they're acknowledging that they're two good people. They're two great wrestlers, and they're calling it the dream match. And that's kind of what they're just advertising it based on. But I don't know, man. I feel like there should be more heat with them, a little bit. They shouldn't be just be oh, I respect you. Oh, we kind of disagree a little bit. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
There should be I don't know. There should be a little bit of anger in the feud.
I'm assuming we'll get something like that on Tuesday, but I'm not expecting much at this point. I think with his injury, I think at this point they're just we'll just let the match do all the talking.
The storytelling, you mean, or whatever. I guess I guess they could do that. They've been great matches Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart for WrestleMania 8. I mean, that wasn't based on anything more than, hey, I'm fighting you for the title. So it's they ended up telling a great story from it. So, they don't necessarily... I guess maybe for these two guys, they'll tell a great story in the ring.
I mean, it hasn't been bad. They've kind of, been friends on TV, and then, they're trying to, help each other out, but they're also, they don't want to help them too much. So, Shinsuke asked AJ to be in his corner this week, because, he thought...
against Shelton Benjamin?
Yeah, he thought Chad Gable would interfere, so he asked him to be in his corner. He didn't end up needing him, really. He did help him at one point. He got Chad Gable to fall down or something.
He fell down and, hurt his knee a little bit.
He fell asleep or something.
Roman sleeping.
And, then, they play... Shinsuke played a little mind games after. So, I thought that was good. It was, a step in the right direction. It's been a little of a lackluster feud, but... I don't think they need a real feud at this point. I mean,
yeah, it's guys, we're wrestling. That's
Yeah.
it, pretty much.
And, they put it up in the air with Fastlane, like AJ could lose the title, even though nobody thought he was going to actually lose it. So it was like they only had a couple weeks to really prep this match, really, and go full in on the build for it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could run through the Mania card, because I don't feel like we've talked about a lot of the things that have been going on in WWE, because we've been, like, hitting the main parts of wrestling the last couple weeks. Like,
yesterday was all Daniel Bryan.
Last week was, like, 45 minutes of Daniel Bryan, like, and then, like, 10 minutes of everything else.
Intercourse, what you're talking about. Just to recap for you people,
sex. You just say sex.
Oh, right, I'm sorry. Sex is, like, that's what we were talking about last episode. So if you want a little bit of insight into how sex is done, then go into episode 82, The Return of the American Dragon.
Yes.
Available on iTunes, Google Play or Stitcher, YouTube, Tuned In Radio, and my mother's asshole. That was me. I'm sorry.
That was really out of left field.
Sorry, Mom.
I hope she's not watching.
I don't know. She might be.
No, she's not. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't have a lot of energy. I don't have a lot of energy today.
You don't have a lot of energy.
I don't have a lot.
Hell, man.
I don't have a lot, man. Because
why?
There's nothing to talk about. Nothing has changed from the week before to this week.
Time has stood still.
Time has stood still, and nothing has changed.
Okay.
What has changed in the WrestleMania card itself, besides the announcement of the Daniel Bryan match? These were all solidified already. It's like, they added Rusev to the U.S. title match, okay.
Yeah, right, that's true. Oh, so, like, everyone's kind of, like, pondering who this, the TBD is, to be determined with Braun Strowman's
tell you what
partner.
I heard in a minute. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, tell me what you heard. Oh, fuck. Okay, okay, you already heard. Fuck. Okay, so I thought that a great a great partner would be none other than Walk With Me, Elias.
See, I would like that a lot.
But it kind of makes sense. They did feud a little bit.
Yeah, and again, Elias was on Raw this week. And
with nothing. And
he beat Rhino for some fucking reason. I mean, obviously he had to win. But, like, he's not even in the men's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Like, they haven't even announced if he's in it. So, like, why are they building him up 2 weeks before Mania unless he's doing something?
I think he's going to be Braun Strowman's partner. I think he's going to come out. Because, they did have a little bit of a snafu, and I don't know.
There's a rumor going around right now that Rey Mysterio is going to be Braun Strowman's partner.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah, be like the tallest guy and the smallest guy.
Oh, because the Alexa Bliss Braun Strowman thing was, like, a good idea.
Yeah.
So, like, they think they're going to recreate it with, I had surgery on my left knee 1,000 times.
Twice.
I love that, though.
Yeah,
please,
I know.
don't try this at home.
I had surgery on my knee. Twice.
6 times.
6 times. I don't know, man. All right, we talked about Lesnar versus Reigns to death, right?
It'd be such a waste, by the way, to have Rey Mysterio as his.
Oh yeah, no, it would be a waste.
It wouldn't even be like a bad. I wouldn't be pissed necessarily. I wouldn't be like, this is bullshit. But on the other hand, I feel like being a tag team with Braun Strowman is a complete waste of his talent.
Yeah, and they already used like a surprise return for Rey Mysterio at the Rumble already. Like it's like I'm already like over that. I don't want him back at this point. I'm gonna forget about it. As soon as he comes back, I'm just gonna be like, booyaka, booyaka! I fucking hate Rey Mysterio so much. Like he's fucking old.
You know he's gonna dress up like if he does as like one of the super.
Oh, the Punisher, of course.
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
It's right there. I mean, that's so like.
As long as he doesn't do blackface, then it's cool.
Yeah, especially with the lips. The lips are the worst part, Frank. All right, people, that was the...
Now we're having Always Sunny reference.
Always Sunny, yep.
Nice. All right, so we've talked about the 2 world title matches a ton already. We've never even... I don't think we've talked about it once, the triple threat intercontinental title match. Like, what do you think of this, man? Like, I don't give a shit.
This is my wild prediction right here. The Miz retains at WrestleMania.
I was going to say the same thing.
That's my wild. Everyone I don't think so.
I think Balor's going to win. Because I think Miz is changing shows.
You think he's going to go back to SmackDown?
I think Miz is going to go to SmackDown and feud with Daniel Bryan.
Well, they got to get them together somehow, I guess.
Either that or Daniel Bryan comes to Raw. But I don't know. I don't think Miz should be the IC title holder anymore. I don't know. Just like this whole feud is just like... This and the U.S. title feud are just... They're just like, all right, we couldn't fit all of our guys on a show, so let's just put our main eventers in a title match. Oh, the world title? No. The second tier title match. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the Miz versus Rollins and Balor, I don't give a shit. And this is probably gonna piss off some people. And I'm not looking to piss off people, but I fucking hate Finn Balor right now. I fucking hate him. He has turned into the Sheamus,
Why?
Because all he does is smile. That's all he fucking does. He doesn't have any direction. He doesn't do anything. He's that fucking generic smiling face now. That's all he does. He's fucking
That's
Apollo
true.
Crews. He's the white Apollo Crews.
Unless he's the demon, which he never does.
He doesn't do that because he doesn't have any fucking feuds.
Yeah, that's true. He kind of is boring me a little bit. I think Seth Rollins has been better in the last couple months.
Rollins has been good, yeah.
Than Finn Balor, honestly.
Yeah, Rollins has been a lot more tolerable. But the fucking okay, Miz did Miz TV on Raw this past. Was it this week or 2 weeks ago?
It was this past. Well,
yeah, it was this week. Right?
He's had it before, but there was some dissension between the
he was trying.
entourage.
Yeah, he was trying to. He was trying to get Rollins and Balor to start fighting, but he kind of shot himself in the foot and got Miz to start fighting them. And whatever, but the whole fucking time, I'm staring at Finn Balor, and he's just got this big fucking, oh yeah, it just popped up on my TV. He's just got a big fucking goofy grin on his face,
it's very John Cena,
very John Cena, very Apollo Crews, very Sheamus 2010,
I don't care about anything,
nothing phases me.
I'm too cool for this,
I'm just what is so cool about Finn Balor right now? And honestly, the real answer is nothing. Nothing's cool about him right now. He needs to do something.
His entrance, and then that's it, pretty much. And then I don't care how many fucking stars he gets in a match. He's just not. So what? Seth Rollins can do the same thing, and he has. And we've complained for a long time. I think last year that Seth Rollins wasn't doing anything. He was just a complete sack of shit. Now he's actually got a fire up his ass, but now Finn Balor's kind of in the same boat now. So.
Yeah.
And the Miz is just always fire, so fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a fall from grace from Finn Balor, too, because I thought...
I don't think it's his... I mean, it's partly his fault.
No, it's definitely his fault.
With his mannerisms, but also...
Yeah, creative has nothing for you. That's a great title of an episode name, Creative Has Nothing For You. I think I might go with that this week.
Yeah, considering it was a pretty lackluster show thus far.
Yeah,
I mean, I know we're only halfway through, but I just could tell this is royally sucking ass.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Because there's
What do you guys think? I mean, we suck, don't we? Why are we here right now?
Let's read some Facebook.
Seriously,
we're getting a lot of Facebook.
All right, let's just... Okay, Opie.
What?
Let's go to the callers.
No, I mean, we're getting a lot of comments.
Yeah, all right.
Let's read some of them. Go for it.
Okay. Brooklyn Brawler versus Cena. I had a hand in that pirate.
Why don't you read who's saying it?
In that pirate, too. Ew, that's nasty. 13 fucking matches?
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's already 13 fucking matches. And then you're going to have to add, potentially, too, there's also a chance of a Bayley versus Sasha singles match. I know they're both supposed to be in the Women's Battle Royal, but there is a chance that they might not do that.
I think they'll hold it off. I think they'll just have something in the Battle Royal.
They gotta be the last two.
I think Bayley will fuck over Sasha this time.
They gotta be the last two. They have to, right? That'd be cool. It'd be different.
I always pull for my girl Becky Lynch.
Nah, Becky doesn't win anything anymore.
I know, but I always pull for her. Because I love her. No offense, Maria.
You tug for her. It's a little different.
Well... Yeah. You got me, Craig, being as a straight man, just like you, I love to, pull on the old, snake toy.
We have a question.
On my penis.
Yeah, that's cool. We have a question. Who do you think will get match of the night at Mania? From Christopher Cruz on Facebook Live. Let's look at the card here. Match of the night. You mean ring quality? Because I think if we're going with ring quality, you got to go Shinsuke versus AJ.
That's a no-brainer.
I think that's the one. Crowd reaction, I would say maybe Daniel Bryan's match. Or possibly,
definitely.
Or Ronda Rousey's match, because the crowd's going to be into that shit, too. Because it's Angle, too. It's Angle and Triple H.
I think the crowd will, Daniel Bryan's return more than Ronda Rousey.
I think so too. It is Kurt Angle, too.
And it is. Oh, that's true. That is Kurt Angle too. That'd be
only
hard.
his third match coming back.
Where do you even put that? Do you put Daniel Bryan towards the top of the card?
I feel like
that would have to be the middle of the card type of match because
they always open the show with like something hot that gets the crowd like really into it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what they would do. Like,
I would want to say IC Championship.
I would say IC title too.
I feel like he always opens the show nowadays.
Yeah,
like Miz always does.
Yeah. But it's like three guys that'll get a massive reaction, so I could totally see that happen. If Rey Mysterio was if Rey Mysterio is Braun Strowman's partner, that's opening the show because Rey Mysterio always opened the shows.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I also think. Well, my voice is super cracked.
He's saying ring quality. Yeah, I gotta go. It's gotta be AJ Shinsuke, definitely.
Yeah,
no question.
But man, like if they give the Miz, Balor, and Rollins enough time. Remember how much of a boner I had for watching that 3-way match in the summer when they had that? They had that match. Remember? No, it was like I was on my way back from Nashville in May. They had a 3-way on the end of Raw main event to determine who would be the number one contender for like the Universal Championship or something. Yeah, that match was like amazing. That was a great match. Now it's going to be at WrestleMania. I'm actually excited for it now.
Yeah, no, that actually reminds me. We had a show back it was one of our first episodes where we were talking about this SmackDown Fatal 4-Way match was the IC title on SmackDown when it started? I think it was, right?
Was it like, who were the people? Like Sami Zayn?
It was Sami Zayn, Cesaro,
Cesaro?
The Miz, yep, and I think Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah. That was on a pay-per-view.
It was a pay-per-view match.
It was an IC championship match.
It stole the fucking show. Like, I'm hoping we get something like that.
Yeah.
That was like 2 years ago at this point. By the way, WWP, we're approaching our 2-year anniversary.
Yes. Technically, I guess next week will be, because we started...
The week before Mania.
The weekend before Mania.
Yep. So next week, guys, is our 2-year anniversary.
Yeah! We did it! Woo! 2-year relationship. Fucking love it, dude.
I wouldn't say relationship.
Well, we're having a relationship together. I mean, no, but we have a thing, you and me. So
yeah, we're friends that have a podcast.
We've had a thing for 2 years, and it's been wonderful, dude.
A thing that just is a podcast and nothing more than that.
We enjoy speaking to each other very passionately
we speak to an audience that we post on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Podomatic,
and iTunes.
SoundCloud. Sound in iTunes.
But not only do we talk about wrestling,
yes,
but it's about men, like oily men in their underwear, and we enjoy talking about that together. So, like, happy 2-year anniversary, bro. And let me say this too, Craig.
Yeah. Okay.
I love you.
Oh dear.
I've loved you for 2 years, man.
I had no idea.
I've had a figurative boner for you for 2 years.
You sound like Jack from Lost. For 3 years.
What are you doing with Grandpa's shoes?
What are you doing with Granddad's shoes? Why was he obsessed with Granddad's shoes?
Why was he named Granddad? Stupid name.
It was your dad.
No, it was his grandfather. But people call him like Grandpa or Grandfather. People don't even say grandfather, but people say Grandpa.
I just saw on Twitter that like Lost ended. Did it end 10 years ago? And
I was just watching clips of it on YouTube,
and I'm like, I don't think I ever loved a show so much until the day it ended, and then it was dead to me forever.
I was like, of course, I'm one of the people that liked and hated it because it didn't answer anything, but we got got me all teary-eyed and shit,
Yeah, it was a fun ride, and then the ride ended, and everybody died in the car. So I enjoyed it, but everybody died.
Yeah, so
it was terrible.
So we only enjoyed it for a little bit,
right? And now I look back on it, and I'm angry all the time.
You know what's so funny? I've rewatched The Wire recently. The
Wire's amazing.
Yeah, so it's an amazing show, And Lost is apparently this amazing show, but
It's not.
I've not attempted or I've not tried to rewatch it ever again. Even though I know that the ending sucks.
I hate
Lost. The last fucking season sucked balls, but I have no attempt. At least The Wire, I was like, man, I'm it's a long, but I'll watch it. I'm gonna rewatch it, and I got into it again. But Lost, I have no
I have no interest in rewatching.
I have no interest in rewatching it. But I love
It's
the
really
ride.
hard to-
I love the ride as it was going on. I just don't want to see it
It's
again.
really not easy to rewatch a show unless it's like one of those shows where you have to like pay attention to every detail and like you might have missed something like Game of Thrones or Westworld or something. Like,
Yeah,
those ones you
yeah.
kind of need to watch twice, but like it's really not easy to
It's
watch
not
a show
easy.
over again. Like I've been rewatching Breaking Bad for the second time,
Yeah.
and I cannot get through like season 5. I just can't get through it at this point. Like I made it. I'm like seasons 1, 2, and 3. I'm like, boom, this show's amazing. Season 4, fucking great. And then once the white Nazis, like at the end of the show,
the Aryans, yeah.
yeah, like I started like tapping out. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous now. Like
It's funny, like when it was going on, it was pretty damn awesome. Though you just like
While
maybe
it was
in hindsight,
happening, yeah.
it's not, yeah.
yeah, but then like now that I've seen it and I know what happens, I'm just like, yeah, I don't care about it at this point. Like I watched until the point where they shot the kid on the bike, and then I'm like,
Yeah, that was a great.
I feel like
episode.
this was when the show like started. It wasn't even bad. I loved the last season. I think it's one of the best shows of all time. Why we've been talking about
that was
other
before
shows.
that was before like the Aryans kind of got involved though.
Yeah, it was like right before.
Yeah, because like the kid came in and then
kid,
he's like, "Oh, my uncle has
the kid from Friday Night Lights. I always forget his fucking
wasn't
name.
named like Todd or something
Todd.
like that. Right?
Todd. Yes.
It's like that. Yeah, he was awesome in it. I don't know where we're going with this, but
Yeah, I
like
know.
replay shows, right? You know.
Here we go. We got a couple comments. Chris Cruz says, "Don't hide your feelings for each other." No, not
Exactly,
each other.
Cruz.
Not each other. Fred.
No,
Overstepping the bounds once again. There's
I
an
have to-
invisible line right here, and he keeps touching my shoulder. I said, don't.
I have to overcompensate for a lot of things because you undercompensate, Craig. We have to balance each other out. Like, we're on top of each other. We balance each other.
I'm going to stop you right there. Let's break that down.
What?
You overcompensate some things.
I overcompensate our relationship, among other things.
Usually when people say they overcompensate something,
But what do you mean?
they're talking about their dick.
They're dicks!
They're talking about their... Fred, do you have
They're
a tiny
tingly
dick?
winglies?
Do you have a tiny dick, Fred?
I have a tiny
You have a tiny dick? Are you overcompensating here?
Craig, for 2 years, I've loved you.
Are you
dude.
drinking a really tall drink because, to like overcompensate?
Hold on a second. Huh?
You have a muscle
Hold
card
on. Are you a
just like-
psychiatrist or something?
I might be.
You might be.
I don't know what
Okay,
you're talking
anyway.
What the fuck was that?
I mean, now you're doing the phrasing on me, and
Fred's stroking out.
I don't appreciate the you're phrasing things very seriously, Greg. It's funny. It's so like WrestleMania is going to be like right around the corner, and I'm just really happy about that. And I'm deflecting it right now from what he was saying earlier, but like.
It's interesting that you just point that out so easily.
No, well, because sometimes my brain like says words
Deflect.
that I don't want to say.
Deflect.
No. My brain thinks it's saying things inside, but it's not.
All right, Ricky. Shit.
It's just saying the words in the outside of the mouth.
It's a shitstorm, Ricky.
And,
We should probably talk about wrestling a little bit here.
okay, dude. I'm just don't say things about me that aren't true.
I was actually saying what you had already said and just bringing it into light. A little bit.
About the overcompensating part?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
You know what I'm overcompensating with? Or what? Love for you.
All right. The show's like off the rails. I got nothing this week. I'm hoping something fucking crazy happens on Raw or SmackDown this week, but I'm getting the vibe that nothing's going to happen again. Because the card has been set. The only thing that's not set is the John Cena situation.
NXT is introducing a new title. A takeover show, the North American title.
North American.
I'll pull up that card. I want to see what that is.
Takeover.
I heard it's good. I
Rollins.
heard it's good, but I don't know.
Yeah, let's go to that card. Yeah, they're having it's a ladder match for the North American title.
Oh, really?
Yep. Adam Cole versus EC3 versus Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan versus Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna be
fucking crazy.
It's gonna be fucking awesome. And dude, they just announced it this week. Gargano versus Ciampa.
What?
Finally in an unsanctioned match. It's
Dude.
finally fucking happening.
That's so awesome. I thought Ciampa was still out.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh, cool! I didn't even know this. I'm still far behind on fucking NXT. I just watched the last takeover, and I finally saw the Gargano
Cien
Almas match. It was fucking great. I don't know why I held off so long watching it. But yeah, look at this.
You always do that. You just watch like NXT Brooklyn Takeover 3, even though we were there.
I know that was the last thing I watched, and then I've been catching up for like the last month. Triple threat match for the NXT tag titles and the Dusty Rhodes Classic trophy. Why would they? That's stupid.
Because Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne fought I forgot what happened then. Oh, whatever. I don't know. I forgot the storyline kind of.
Undisputed Era versus Authors of Pain versus Strong and Dunne, which is cool. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. I don't give a shit.
Their last match was really good, so this one should be
okay. It was okay.
I liked it.
It was alright. I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to compare it to Asuka matches, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But I thought Shayna Blazer, whatever the fuck, she did like a really good job actually.
And the NXT title match is Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
I guess Aleister Black wins the title.
I'm assuming he would win. I'd be very surprised if Cien Almas fucking won.
Yeah, no, he's definitely gonna win. They always they do big shows. They like WrestleMania, they do the big title changes and whatnot.
You know, the undisputed. I think the three-way tag match will obviously be good. I can't wait for Gargano Ciampa, man. It's gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah. All right, so here's what it says on the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. The Authors of Pain and Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong are supposed to be the finals, and there's a little asterisk here which says this is a triple threat match, also involving the Undisputed Era for the NXT Tag Titles. So there's really no explanation for why they're both facing them.
I'm sure if we actually watched it, we would have found out the explanation.
Well,
but
it's
we don't
fucking
know.
stupid, because then if the Undisputed Era wins, then they win the Classic, then they win the Dusty Rhodes Classic, even though they weren't in the tournament at all. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
I don't know.
So I guess that means they're gonna lose. I don't give a shit, man. Like, wrestling was really, really fucking boring this week.
It really was. I'm like actually trying anything I can to like bring up anything.
And there's nothing. There's nothing to talk about.
Oh, the other thing I was gonna say about WrestleMania.
What do you guys got? We got like fucking 5 people.
You
watching.
people talk.
People, give us something.
I think that what's gonna actually let us down.
What's that?
Asuka versus Charlotte. I have a bad feeling.
Christopher Cruz is
gonna let us down
on Facebook Live had just said Asuka versus Charlotte might steal the night.
It depends how much time they give them. That's the only thing I have. If they give them like fucking 6 minutes, it's gonna be terrible. But
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I really think that something inside me tells me that they're gonna not have the match that they should have.
Well,
like Shinsuke and AJ will, because AJ could just have. Doesn't matter. Like AJ can have a great match without even trying.
This is the problem they run into every fucking year at WrestleMania. Like, and I get it, because they want to put everybody on the card, because, like, I get it.
Everybody wants to be on WrestleMania.
Everybody wants to be in WrestleMania. It's a big fucking show. It's a big payday. That's the big thing. Like, at the end of the day, it's a huge big payday. DX is access. Do you think Carmella will get involved and cash in at WrestleMania? We were talking about that a couple months ago. I think she might cash in, and I think she might be unsuccessful. Like, to get a crowd pop for when her music hits, and then she just loses anyway.
I think that, well, yeah, I guess that could happen, but people were saying on different shows, whatnot, that possibly she would cash it in on Alexa Bliss, or whoever wins that match, honestly.
But I don't think they gave that stipulation like you could go to whatever show and challenge whoever. I don't think they said that.
I don't know, but like some people
were thinking
that
it was a SmackDown pay-per-view when she won Money in the Bank.
I know the logistics.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it would be very WWE to just like undo it. That would make more sense, because
they actually should be able to use it. Technically.
Well, next year it won't matter anywhere, because it's going to be next year it won't matter because it's going to be a joint pay-per-view anyway.
Yeah, it's just a theory, I guess. I don't know, but if she does. If she cashes it to the Charlotte Asuka match, she's gonna get her ass kicked.
Yeah, she's gonna lose.
Like, no way.
She's not gonna break the streak. Like, not now. Not now.
That would be hilarious, though. If she did.
That would be.
Like,
it would
not
be
Charlotte, not this person, but Carmella.
It would be incredibly unexpected, but it'd be so poorly executed. Poorly executed.
Yeah, they didn't even do anything with the fucking... I don't think they did anything with Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, right?
No.
This week? Besides,
No. No, Matt Hardy, I think, cut a promo and announced he was in the Battle Royal because he deleted Bray Wyatt. So he's in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And Bray Wyatt, yeah, he cut a promo. That was
I wonder if...
Oh.
I was wondering if, like, he would... I don't know. The new Bray Wyatt would come out in the same thing. But I don't know if they would waste it on that, honestly. But
it'd be cool if Bray Wyatt became under the spell of, like, woke and Matt Hardy and became, like, one of his followers instead of the other way around. You know what I mean?
I think
like,
that's what they're going with. Because he fell in the pool.
The Lake of Reincarnation!
Yeah, there you go. So, I think that... Yeah, I think that's where they're going with it, actually. Which would be such a great break from fucking everything else.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
That Bray Wyatt's ever done in the last 2 years, man. I'll take anything at this point, man. You go back to Husky Harris, dude, too. I don't fucking care, man. Like,
that would be amazing.
I would love it.
It comes out to the Nexus theme song. We are one, we are one. You guys remember that song? Anybody else remember that? 12 Stones is a great
You're
band.
the king of knowing every fucking theme song.
I'm a bit of a theme song mark. I have always been a theme song.
Do you know Al Snow's third theme music that he only
Okay,
used
I'm not that fucking lame. I don't know
You're pretty damn good at, like, knowing different things.
I'm good. I'm not lame, though. I don't know Al Snow's third music. I know the one famous one he had, really. What does everybody want?
Head.
Blowjob. Oh.
Blow? Oh, that's the same thing. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
You got it now.
I've gotten plenty of those lately. Sorry. Can you delete that part from the podcast, actually, please? Oh, thank you. Because, if Maria found out, I shouldn't be airing laundry on this show.
That's fine.
Because there's hundreds and thousands of people. She does. She sometimes she watches, but it's past her bedtime at the moment.
Well, you know
That's why you can't click on her.
I've never seen her on the live feed.
I saw her pop on before when you were talking about. You had
a little smirk on your face there, Freddie.
No, I'm just like blushing because I like her.
Oh, Freddie boy.
when you were talking about that one specific topic you were talking about earlier, she was on for a second. Like, I saw it flash, and then it went, like, away. So,
because I was
like, your face was actually, like, pointing the other direction, too, which was weird.
I was watching SmackDown. I was watching Raw.
Yeah, usually your head is either facing me or it's facing the camera, but yours was exactly 180 from the
That's interesting that you saw her on the live feed, and also what I was doing at the same time. It's quite great multitasking.
I have two eyeballs, Craig.
So you can look at two different directions at the same time.
I'm just saying. I can see multiple directions.
I have two eyeballs. What a weird way of saying it.
I'm visionary.
Bifocal or something.
Because, like, two eyes.
Yeah, I got it.
What are you, like a fuller eye or something?
What do you guys got? Chris Stalter.
Why you got extra eye for?
Our old buddy who joined us on an episode 70-something. Maybe 80-something.
What was the name of the episode?
Straight as a tire on a faggot bus?
Fucking goddamn it, dude.
That episode.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
I feel like that was 78. That might have been 78.
I'm gonna go with the...
What do you got, Chris? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
I'm going with 52. I'm gonna say that right now.
That was a long time ago, Fred.
I mean, as long as you think. I think I'm gonna win.
And there's no winners or losers. I mean, there is a loser here, and he's sitting to the left of me. Him.
Not cool, dude.
I'm struggling to get through this show.
Dude, look at Sasha Banks' hair is so fucking purple. Jesus Christ, she looks like a fucking Spanish grimace.
I actually really like this backstage segment they had.
Why?
Because they started fighting. It was really good. Like they were being so cunty to each other. I love it.
Fucking cunts. I love when
cunts collide. This is the point I was trying to make before.
This is what it's like when cunts collide. Drop the cunt shell.
Power Man 5000.
Cunt Man
This
5000.
is what it's like when cunts collide. All right, that's our episode name. We got our episode.
Well, that sounds like dicks, I think.
Yeah, that sounds like balls, actually.
Yeah. There's a lot of fucking balls and slap. I'm just visualing that for some reason. Like, I don't know.
Why?
No, I meant like, it's so stupid. I didn't mean it like that. Craig, oh my God, every fucking week I have to tell you that I am great. So,
You're taint?
Straight.
Taint. Oh.
Well, I have a taint too, I guess.
You guess?
I think I do, right? That's your mouth, right?
Yes.
Because everyone always says I talk out of my taint, so... Hey, it's doing it now.
Yo, can I get the pen for me? What can I take? Oh my God.
Hold it down. That's fucking awesome.
Alright. We're stumbling to a fucking stop here. We're not even at an hour yet.
We're almost there.
We're pretty much there.
We're 9 minutes away, people, from an hour.
Our good old friend, Factual Josh Peck, actually texted me a week ago. He was on episode 1. If you guys ever want to go back to our old shows, we've had a couple guests in the past. Josh was on the first episode.
You can find that at wretchedwrestling.com.
Wretchedwrestling.com.
Yes.
He did point out that there are way too many fucking matches. And while the main show is at least 5 hours long, plus a 2-hour pre-show, it's going to be the same problem that it is every year. You have so many fucking feuds going on right now. But you don't have enough time to give every match its proper fucking, like, send-off and proper, like, give it the time, let them do what they do best.
Even though it's 7 hours long.
Somehow, they still don't do it. And, like...
Because that's what they do. Remember Ledge?
Are you talking about The Rock? Because the fucking Rock...
Or not even... Just the last... Well, yeah, that, and, like, the last couple of them. It's always like, The Rock comes out for a half an hour and talks about nothing. It's like, we could have had 2 matches in that fucking half an hour of The Rock doing nothing.
And then there's
there's always, like, the musical performance of some person
Kid Rock is totally going to do something.
P. Diddy, that was, when he was relevant 10 years ago.
Yeah, and, like, they string out the fucking national anthem in the beginning of the show.
They gotta bring out the fucking Hall of Fame entrance.
The Hall of Fame entrance. The fucking flyover from like the Navy.
Not the Navy. That's ships, but they just fly ships over the arena. It's fucking.
I don't know how they do it.
How they do it, but I think because the planes are too busy being underwater. That's the only reason why.
They're aquaplanes.
They shoot nuclear missiles up.
They just waste... The thing that they do, they waste too much fucking time. The ring... The other problem is the ring is like 3 miles away from the entrance ramp. And then you got guys like remember 2 years...
Randy Orton!
Remember 2 years ago when they were at that football arena and they had fucking segways to get guys from the front of the entranceway?
The fat fucks that couldn't walk fast enough.
That might have been the Royal Rumble. No, it was. It was the...
No, it was...
I don't know.
Who fucks? It was around that time.
Who fucks?
Who fucks?
I fucks. Oh my god, my hair is just all over the place today.
Yeah, that's what they stop. WWE, stop with the bullshit. You gotta this thing, that thing, this fucking thing, dude. Who fucking cares? I don't go to see WrestleMania or watch WrestleMania to fucking see somebody perform. I don't even care if it's like even if it was like Bruce Springsteen or Paul McCartney, I still would be like, why is this on right now? I could be seeing another match right now.
Well, and here's the other thing. The card for at least the last 10 years has been get everybody on the card. At all costs. Everybody's got to have a match. And if they're not in the match, put them in a battle royal. And now they're doing that doubly this year with the women's...
Doubly!
Secondively,
doubly. Now you're being me. You're being my character.
Fred, that's in the past. It's in the past.
Phrasing. There's no phrasing. Stop.
No.
We switched characters.
And secondly... No, I mean, look at the card. We have 13 fucking matches with adding another Undertaker John Cena match.
That's going to happen.
So there's
probably.
14 fucking matches. So let's talk about matches that are actually built up and which ones just feel like they just need to throw them on the card. We got Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Okay, built, right?
Yep,
built. AJ versus Nakamura. Built.
Won the Royal Rumble.
Miz versus Rollins versus Balor. Throw on a card. That's my opinion. Throw it on a card.
I guess so.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll put that one
They
aside.
had that stupid thing where, like, a couple of Raws ago where Finn Balor and Seth Rollins beat The Miz. Like, they had, like, the separate matches against him. And I thought I forgot to bring it on the show, but I was bringing it up on the show, but I was like, why does that make them look good that they beat the same person?
Yeah.
If the first person beat him and then the second person beat a tired guy, why does that matter?
Yeah.
That doesn't prove that you're good.
No. It was so dumb, too.
It was so dumb.
And
you know,
and
they were like proud of themselves
and
afterwards.
Seth Rollins
I'm
got
like,
pissed
you were
off.
proud of them yourselves for beating a person
who just wrestled. Like
that
a
wrestled?
30-minute match, yeah.
You dicks.
And like Seth Rollins got pissed at Finn Balor for stealing his thunder during his win. I'm like, who gives a shit, man? Like, who gives a shit? Because his music hit while you were celebrating? Who gives a shit? Okay, how about this one, Fred? Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev. That smells of desperation of getting people into a car.
That's the minimum of fucking, like, a feud.
Okay. Bliss versus Jax. Okay.
It's got some builds.
That's built. Flair versus Asuka. Built. The Bar versus Braun Strowman. Throw on the card. Usos versus New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers. Built. Okay.
Built.
Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight title.
I would say built,
but
mostly
do we need it at WrestleMania?
It'll probably be on the pre-show.
I would. Oh my god, it has to be. Okay, Angle versus Rousey. Angle versus Rousey. That'd be amazing.
That would be awesome, actually.
Angle and Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie. Okay, built. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Built. Okay, so that should be it. But then women's battle royal, men's battle royal. There's no build to this shit.
No.
It's just get everybody on the fucking car. It's a waste of time, honestly. It really is.
Not everybody has to be They used to do this all the time back in the old WrestleManias. Like, WrestleMania 5 had, like, 20 matches, and maybe 3 of them were of any importance.
Yeah.
It would be like, you know, fucking
concept.
Repo Man versus Blue Blazer. I'm like, why do I need to see this match?
You don't, because you don't.
I don't give a fuck about either of them.
No, you don't. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. I don't give a shit. I do not want to see this U.S. title match. Throwing Rusev in it makes it a little bit more interesting for me.
Just because he's over. Either way, I don't
Randy
give a
Orton
fuck.
defending the U.S. title at WrestleMania is not something I want to see at all. Even if he loses. That's not something I want to see. I just don't care. I don't want to see Jinder Mahal in a fucking title match also. I don't want to see that. I saw enough of that in 2017. I've seen enough.
Enough!
And honestly, I don't want to see Miz versus Rollins and Balor. I'd rather they didn't have a fucking match at all. I'd rather all 3 of them had nothing else going on. It has the potential to steal a show, but I don't care about this feud. There's nothing going to this feud.
There's nothing, really.
It's just fucking... If they could cut this card down to, what? 8, 9 matches? In 5 hours... 8 or 9 matches is totally manageable. But no, you know what we're going to get? We're going to get one match is going to have a quick finish. Which match do you think is going to have a quick finish? They do it every year, right? There's always that one match that ends, like Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus.
Like an important match you think is going to be quick?
They always have one match. They had a fucking number one, they had a battle royal at a WrestleMania. I don't know why I fucking remember this. A battle royal at a WrestleMania. It must have been 2007? And the winner would face Chavo Guerrero for the ECW title. Yes. Kane won the Battle Royal, then challenged Chavo Guerrero later in the show and beat him in 5 seconds.
I forgot about that.
Okay, and then you have Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, like that famous thing that like blew up the internet because everybody was pissed off about it.
8-second match.
Yeah.
Right.
So
or 18 seconds.
They're like kind of forced to do this. Like, okay, it won't be. Let's say what it won't be. It won't be the Lesnar match. It won't be the Shinsuke match.
I think it's going to be the Usos versus New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers.
You think?
I think so.
I was gonna go with Nia Jax versus Alexa.
That could be
like
one.
Nia Jax wins in about like
squashes her
in 3 seconds.
Just squash.
Yeah. Like, maybe a minute, like a Goldberg match. Like, she does, like, 5 power moves and the match is over.
Maybe.
That's the one I see. That's the only one that makes sense to me. It's the only, it's really
Kurt
the only...
Angle versus Ron, and I did it. It's the same thing. Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H is going to be way longer than it needs, like way longer than it has any right.
I think
be.
the intros are going to be fucking like 20 minutes long.
Those are going to be 20 minutes.
Kurt
long.
Angle's first WrestleMania since WrestleMania 2005, whatever fucking WrestleMania that one was.
Was that against Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio? Was that the last one he was in?
That might have been the last one.
I think so.
Wow.
Because then he went to ECW shortly after that, and I don't think he did anything with ECW at WrestleMania ever.
No, he pretty much quit right after ECW.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and Triple H always has like a 45-minute intro.
But it's gonna be like part of the match is gonna be boring because Ronda's really not that seasoned of a wrestler as much as like.
I feel
the rest
like
of the people can do shit, but
I feel like she'll
it's gonna be like obviously like
she's gonna be the hot tag. It's gonna be Angle versus Triple H most of the match.
She'll probably like tap out Stephanie at the end or whatever.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? That's
yeah, definitely
for sure. Like Kurt Angle's not gonna be fucking Triple H. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but I think that'll be the bulk of the match. God, I'm trying to think of like anything else like.
That has to be though because there's no way Stephanie's just gonna put the boots of Ronda for like fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, unless...
There's no way. That's not even possible.
Yeah,
that would never happen.
The only other thing that could happen is that, like, Stephanie hires some kind of women's, like, hired gun.
Tamina.
No, like, somebody like Shayna Baszler or something. Like, they call her up right after NXT TakeOver.
Yeah.
And, like, they make her hired gun. Like, oh, you're gonna fucking fight me with your UFC shit? Well, here's my... That's actually the perfect person for that. That's like
that would be cool.
That would be like a cool first feud for Ronda, like really after Stephanie.
Yeah.
I can see that, right? Like I don't think Shayna needs to stay in ECW. I'm talking about ECW now. NXT. NXT is really ECW. Like in 2018. Now.
I really do wish that Ronda would go to NXT and start there. Like after WrestleMania, start at NXT, work your way out.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen, but I think that would be a great idea. That way she can not just be thrown into the fire.
It would be a really cool concept because then they could it'd be a good way to promote NXT as well because NXT is fucking great. I mean, it's still
she's learning to be a wrestler.
It's amazing how NXT has still, despite all the turnover they have, it's like having like a minor league sports team.
Pretty much,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're literally a victim of the major league team. Like there's an injury up there and they need to fill a void. They're gonna call somebody up. It's the same fucking principle, you know. The Yankees have their farm team in, where are they? Scranton, and the Islanders have their farm team in Bridgeport. Like the second, like they could be in a playoff hunt. They could be going like, we're building to wrestle. We're building to NXT Takeover Nolans, and and like they could like WWE could like have like a major injury this week. Let's catastrophic injury this week,
right?
They would need somebody from NXT last minute to like pop in or like. They gotta maybe call it Jericho or something, but like you need like those last minute things. So like people get called up all the time from NXT, like completely unprepared, and yet somehow, despite all of that, NXT has been unbelievable.
It's been better than I thought. I'm like I don't care about Gargano versus Almas at all, and then it ended up being like the best fucking match on the card.
I think it's match of the year already.
Wow, man.
I think it's 2 years in a row. We got very early in the year.
Very close, right?
Very early in the year, match of the year candidates. I don't
know
know
what my match of the year was, but I think I had Gargano involved in it or something.
Last year?
I think. Well, you mean for the 2017?
Yeah.
I think. What did you pick? Cena and Styles?
Cena and Styles at the Rumble.
I think I picked like a NXT one. I think I had like DIY versus like Revival versus Authors of Pain or something. I forgot what match. I think so. I could be wrong. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you did pick an NXT match. Pretty sure you did.
Yeah, I was really happy about that.
I'm
really just excited for Daniel Bryan to be back. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think
AJ versus Nakamura.
I think that's the reason
it's going to be good. But...
I think that's the reason why Raw and SmackDown was like such a letdown this week because last week we had the fucking Daniel Bryan thing last week. That was such a huge.
That was a great moment.
That's just like it was a great moment, and then like it was natural for this week to be a letdown. But then like Then Raw, they literally delivered almost nothing this week, and it's just like...
Yeah.
So it really made it seem that much worse. Like, they probably should have tried to get The Undertaker to come out last week. I know it's like, they're either saving it for now or at WrestleMania itself.
Pretty much all the matches that you say are kind of useless or like not that built up. They're all on Raw if you really think about it.
Well, I would say the U.S. title match as well.
All right, that one. That's pretty much it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and the 2 Battle Royals. Like, we don't need the Battle Royals anymore. They should. This should be the last year of the WrestleMania Battle Royals. I don't want to see this shit anymore.
I liked the Andre one. Now they're gonna.
No, they ruined it. They ruined it with the women's one.
I'm sorry. I hate to say that to the female audience. If there is one in the WWP. But do we need everything to be equal all the fucking time?
No, that's the point. Equality is not doing the same thing. It's just making both things just as important. So
it doesn't. We just saw the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we just saw the Royal Rumble, and then they're doing another Royal Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
So that's...
And then we're getting 2 at WrestleMania. Enough.
It's like 5 or 6 Battle Royals.
Yeah, and Braun Strowman became #1 contender from a Battle Royal over the top rope. Same fucking principle.
Yep.
So it's like, we don't need this anymore. We don't... Just enough with the Battle Royals. There's too much, especially in the beginning of the year.
Smells very much WrestleMania 20-ish.
Yeah. WrestleMania 20.
Remember how everybody needed to be on that fucking card?
Yeah.
And it was like... for the Raw Tag Team Championships, Lance Cade and Murdoch versus the Hurricane and Kane.
Oh my god.
Versus...
Hurricane.
Hurricane versus, Mark Jindrak and Sean O'Haire. Versus the Dudley Boys. Like, what was that match? I hated, like, almost every match on that card.
It's,
Remember our friends that, like, they were with WrestleMania 20, right? That was supposed to be like a big deal.
Oh yeah.
And they were...
All right, well, yeah. I mean, for the people who don't know, we live in New York, and WrestleMania 20 was in Madison Square Garden, which is a train ride away from us.
The last time they had a WrestleMania in New York at that point was before the Attitude Era.
WrestleMania 10.
Yeah, right. So this was like a big deal.
Yeah, so people were really hyping it up, and like WrestleMania at the Garden, like that back in the day, wrestling at the Garden, period, was a big deal. WrestleMania at the Garden was the biggest deal in the world. And we were in high school at the time. Yeah. And literally, we wanted to go. But, like, at that time, I didn't have the means. Like, I didn't have a job back then. Like, I was in high school. I didn't fucking work.
We didn't have the money, really.
I didn't have the money to spend, like, $100 to $200 on a wrestling ticket. Like, at worst, like, at best.
Yeah, to get the worst seats.
Yeah, ever, like, in the nosebleeds and deal with the fucking loser wrestling fans. So we're like, fuck it, man. I'd love to go, but, like, I didn't even really try to get tickets. The only time when I was that young to really try to get tickets was go to SummerSlam 2002, because Shawn Michaels was rumored to come back. Yeah. It was the only time I did that. Yeah. Yeah. Went with my bro, Angelo.
You went with him? I thought you went by yourself.
We went together. We sat separately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We went together.
Right now!
Right now! Inside references on the Wrestling Podcast.
You had to go to a couple episodes ago. The straight tire on a faggot bus.
What are you talking about? What are we talking about?
That's where we mentioned it again before.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Angelo Cesario.
Angelo. Yeah, and then he tuned in.
Above average Angelo.
He tuned in a few minutes later.
He always likes our videos.
What the fuck were we just talking about?
We're talking about WrestleMania 20.
20, yes, we didn't finish that. So
we couldn't go.
We couldn't go, but we had like friends who were wrestling fans.
Yes,
and they all went, and they all had tickets, and they were like, "Yeah."
They were being overly obnoxious about it that they were going to WrestleMania and we weren't, and they're like, "Oh, what are we doing this Sunday? Oh yeah, we're going to WrestleMania." Like they'd be like fucking faggots about it.
Yeah, they were being fucking faggots about it.
So the show happens. They go to WrestleMania, and the show fucking sucks. Except for the main event, which was awesome. The rest of the show was basically
what was the main event
again? Shawn Michaels versus Triple H versus someone who killed their wife and son.
Delete
versus
Delete. Okay.
Yes, not Matt Hardy, but somebody else. And that was the only fucking match that was good on the show, except for maybe the opener, which was John Cena and Big Show. Maybe
the crowd was into that. The crowd was
more into the fact that.
Okay, yeah, it's all starting to come back to me. Yes. So, yeah, that was the opener.
All these, like, multi-man matchups that really sucked, and... oh, God, by the way, I'm watching Raw right now.
Uh-huh.
And everyone was bitching about Ronda Rousey's eyes.
Yeah.
And now I understand why. She looks like a goth kid. She looks like she has really bad pink eye. Like,
yeah, when she came out, I was like...
What the fuck is up with that? She's like a mannequin.
For a split second, I wasn't really watching her intro when she came out, so like when she started talking, I'm like, who the fuck is talking? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's Ronda. I'm like, ooh, she doesn't look like she slept very well the night before. And I was
what the fuck is that?
I squint a little bit, I'm like, oh, nope, that's terrible eyeliner on the bottom of her eyes. It was very red. And it's red. It's very red. It just looks like... I
never wore makeup before, but I know that's wrong.
Jen said the same thing. She's like, I don't really wear makeup, but that doesn't look good.
That done fucked up. That bitch done fucked up. Yeah, she looks like she just did.
Should we go through the WrestleMania, the 20 card, dude? Because
she looks like she did 72 hours worth of cocaine, just never slept.
Because our friends were assholes, so...
And knows MMA, and that's it.
Alright, so here, let's go back to WrestleMania 20.
Oh, you want to see the card?
Yeah, because our friends were assholes about this, okay?
Main event matches.
March 14th, 2004. So I was, you were out of college.
March 14th?
March 14th.
Holy shit, that's early for WrestleMania.
Yeah, we were still in I was still in school. Yeah, school was never over by the
time. No, I meant the day. Usually it's like beginning of April, very end of March.
Yeah, it slowly has shifted later in the year a little bit.
Now it's going to go to Smarch.
Well, I think it's because...
Smarch is going to be next after that. I'm going to be pissed.
It's because... Now they do the arenas outside for
WrestleMania. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's true. You gotta have nice weather.
They have to have nice weather. Like, if they came to New York in March, early March, you can't do that shit.
I guess it was a pretty nice day for us. I mean, obviously it didn't rain when we went to WrestleMania. It wasn't bad.
It was like it was like brisk out, if anything, at night. It was like...
We weren't cold, though.
No, like, we were standing outside in the sun. Like, I think we were just wearing sweatshirts. There was, like, none of us were wearing jackets.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a couple of, like, wasted pictures of us in the parking lot. But, like, just this card. Like, okay, the card, like, on paper was really good, but in execution it was really bad. John Cena versus The Big Show. It was, like, a cool moment because it was John Cena's first title.
And he did, like, the FU at the time, The Big Show. Yeah, that was the big thing.
Oh, here's the tag match. Booker T and Rob Van Dam.
Oh, yeah.
Defeated the Dudley Boys. Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak.
What?
And La Resistance. I forgot La Resistance was a thing.
Rene Dupree.
My name is Rene Dupree, and my dog Fifi.
And Federico Constantine.
Okay, Jericho versus Christian was really good because
was good.
That's when Trish Stratus turned on Jericho, which was fucking awesome.
That was awesome.
This was cool.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about this match.
Evolution versus the Rock and Sock Connection was awesome.
That was fucking awesome.
Shit. And then the rest of the show. Tori Wilson and Sable. I don't remember that.
I don't remember this match.
Sable was back in 2004?
She was around in SmackDown. Yeah, she was here.
Oh,
she was back for like a hot sec. She was like Vince McMahon's like assistant or something.
Oh, God. Yeah! Oh, my God.
Remember when Vince and Stephanie were feuding?
Versus defeated Miss Jackie and Stacy Keibler.
Oh, God.
In a Playboy evening. Wrestling was so bad. Yeah. Chavo Guerrero defeated Akio, Billy Kidman, Funaki, Jamie Noble, Nunzio, Rey Mysterio, Shannon Moore, Tajiri, and Ultimo Dragon. I don't remember him being in
that was like his big moment where he tripped. Or he like tripped a little bit on the entrance and everyone made a big deal about it. Okay, this next match, Brock Lesnar losing to Goldberg was supposed to be like this fucking. This had a great build to it. If you remember,
it had an amazing
build to it,
and it got derailed like the week before because that's when the news had dropped that Lesnar was leaving. Like for the whole feud, it was like, man, this is a great feud to get Brock Lesnar over.
Two big powerhouses.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. There was Goldberg in his fucking prime.
Yeah.
And then, and Goldberg, that was like the end of Goldberg's contract. And then Lesnar was leaving WWE and going to football. And,
football, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so, first of all, the match sucked because, like, they didn't want to, Brock was in a fucking pissy mood with everyone booing. And basically, Stone Cold was the guest referee,
yes.
And he basically had to carry this match for both these assholes.
Yeah, he did, and he wasn't.
This was such a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty defeated the APA,
the Basham
Brothers,
and World's Greatest Tag Team.
and the world's greatest tag team.
Victoria defeated Molly Holly in a hair versus title match.
Oh my god.
Eddie versus Angle was good. We'll give you that. That was a really good match.
That was good.
Undertaker defeated Kane in 7 minutes. That was Undertaker's big return.
Big return.
And but then he came out, and it was a letdown. Everybody knew it was a letdown when Undertaker came back because he came back.
Better.
He took off the thing, and he was still wearing like the tank top and the MMA gloves, and we're like. So he just basically came out to different music.
And a new hat.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But he's got a new hat.
That's good.
But he's wearing the same trunks.
That's bad.
But he's got new music.
That's good.
The music is reused.
That's bad.
But he's fighting his brother.
That's bad.
It is bad.
That's bad. I'm supposed to be confused.
That was good. And then, Benoit versus Triple H and Michaels. Alright, so...
At the time, it was a letdown.
At the time, it was a letdown. I feel like now watching it in retrospect, it'd be a nice nostalgia trip into, 2004 shitty wrestling. Post-Attitude Era.
I would love to watch SmackDown in 2010 over wrestling right now.
Ooh.
I want to see, Jack Swagger as champion fucking SmackDown over this bullshit lately. Jack Swagger seems like The Rock compared to, Finn Balor at this point. He does! At least he was a world champion for more than fucking a day.
And I want to point out one last thing about...
I don't want a rematch. I just want to be in the Royal Rumble and get eliminated by somebody.
I mean, alright.
You screwed me, Skinner! You screwed me! Okay there, Groundskeeper Willie. That's his name, Groundskeeper Willie. What a stupid name.
It's better than Super Nintendo Chalmers.
Super Nintendo!
That's what Ralph Wiggum said.
I know!
I love you, Super Nintendo Chalmers! Me fail English? That's impossible!
I think you don't have to worry about passing an hour now, because we just talked about absolutely nothing for 20 minutes.
We did it! Yeah!
Oh, quality
baby!
content by the Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
Wretched!
Always fucking quality.
Wretched.
Right, oh, right. You know.
How loud that was.
We're not the QWP. The quality. That'd be funny if there was one. The Quality Wrestling Podcast. And then we had a feud with them. We're wretched. We're quality. And we're gonna fight.
We should just create fake separate characters of the two of us and do the Quality Wrestling Podcast, but only talk John Cena defeated Kane in a no disqualification match.
Hi, I'm Wild Jimmy Styles. Quite wild. That drip. The girl's wild. Clearly, with my monotone voice.
Embrace the vision.
Embrace the vision, because if you're not with the vision, then you're not with us.
What's the vision, anyway? At the end of the day, what really is the vision?
I think it's just X-ray vision, where they just see each other's balls or something.
Alright, guys, I think, on that note...
We're going to air the... if you'd like to catch the Quality Wrestling Podcast, you can catch us on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher.
You can also catch us sometimes on SoundCloud.
That's true. And also, a week late, you will get the video of this on YouTube.
We're on Instagram with
Tell me more about that.
Hashtag no original content.
See, that's an interesting hashtag. I'd like to know what that means.
This reminds me of that bit from Saturday Night Live with Alec Baldwin talking about
cock?
Shvetty balls. So, do you guys remember Shvetty balls?
What is sweaty balls?
Do you remember that? It was an NPR shtick that they did. It was very well.
Oh, it was about balls?
It was about Shvetty balls.
Okay.
It was a radio show.
But lastly, we're available on www.sars.com.
WretchedWrestling.com.
Or that.
Yeah, so, alright, guys, we have one last week. We have WrestleMania next week. We got Raw, we got SmackDown, we got NXT TakeOver,
We got
the
2-year
Hall of
anniversary.
Fame, 2-year anniversary show next week, our WWE preview. When do you think we're going to do this, right? WWP, I should say. When do you think we're going to do this? We're going to do this Friday night? Should we start touting out? Can we set a date right now? And let's pump this shit up. Do that? Let's pump this shit up right now.
We have to not lie to our viewers when we promise something.
I know.
We do that all the time.
I know. Well, if we don't tweet it out and my wife finds out about it, I think we're good.
So block her on Twitter, Facebook, or Stitcher.
Block that bitch.
Block her. Block your wife.
Friday, okay, or Saturday. When are we doing this, Fred?
We'll check your sketchies.
My sketchies are blank skis.
Okay, my sketchies are clearsies.
All right. So on April 6th, Friday night, sometime after 10:30, you can catch us on Facebook Live and Periscope. Just follow us on Facebook at Wretched Wrestling. Follow us on Twitter at Wretched Wrestle. You'll find our Periscope links. Guys, we're going to start stealing the smart... What are they called? The smart spot? That's such a fucking tongue twister.
Smart spot.
Those fucking bearded fucks.
I know, those fucking assholes.
Just fucking shave once in a while. Is that hard? Is that
Kings
hard?
of
Can you not
Periscope.
fucking afford a fucking razor blade? Jesus Christ. They're only like $1.
He spends his money on beer all the time. That's why he doesn't have
I thought you were
money
going to say guzzling cock or something, but that...
well, close. I mean, like, he pretends that the beer can is a cock.
Oh,
but
that's true.
No, but the Kings of Periscope...
I'm kidding. We love them. We love them. Sometimes. I mean, because they... For some reason, they throw jabs at us for... I don't know. I think
Quick jabs? I don't think so.
No, they're not quick. They're really long and really boring. Just like this episode of this.
Just because of this episode, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap this up.
But yes, we will be here next Friday to talk about the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania.
Nothing's wrong with beards, Chris. Just this guy Leo. This guy Leo on this other podcast.
Fucking Ninja Turtle.
I don't know him that well. I don't really listen to his show.
I do.
Maybe that's my jab at their show, is that I could say it's really good and you should listen to it.
You just are really... Yeah, but you're really, like, too interested in listening to, like, very pessimistic Islander podcasts.
I listen to
like, Islander fans must die. Like,
you mean Islanders anxiety?
That's what
we're talking about. Guys, if you...
All
right, I'm shooting for a hole in one here. If there's one Islander fan viewer of the Wretched Wrestling Podcast, you need to listen to Islanders Anxiety on iTunes. It is fucking hilarious. It's from the guys at Lighthouse Hockey. Those are my bros. I love that. They're so funny.
Yes.
They're hilarious. Yes. But if you want to listen to another Wretched Wrestling podcast, I got nothing. Because wrestling, I think you could go... There's three podcasts you can listen to. You can listen to the Jericho's podcast. The Jericho's podcast? I think
he totally needs our advertising right now.
You can listen to Stone Cold's podcast. I think that one's pretty good.
What?
And the other one is... something, it's like WWP or something. I don't know what that stands for.
Maybe it's like WWT, like World Wrestling Titties or something like that.
Yeah, this is a long episode. This is turning into... We ran out of stuff to talk about at 45 minutes, and we've been bullshitting.
Yeah, maybe we should wrap this up.
I think we should wrap it up.
Maria's calling me. Maybe we should wrap this one up.
You don't have a vibrate on your phone?
No, keep it on silent all the time, buddy.
How the hell did you know she called? So
I saw her name pop up. Hello, baby. Hey, it's just me, Fred.
You didn't even swipe your hand to answer the phone.
Craig, are you back? Hold on a second, Maria. Are you micromanaging? Are you micromanaging every fucking move I do?
His phone's on his lock screen.
It's not on my lock screen. It's a picture of a lock screen. Clearly different, Craig. No, this is private.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
This is private.
I'm sorry. No, you're right. I'm overstepping my bounds. You're right. I'm overstepping my bounds. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Tune in Friday night, April 6th at 10:30 Eastern Time. Let's just say that for now. We will be back for our WrestleMania. Frank, can you stop talking? Can you call her back? Can you call Maria back? 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Call me back in 2 seconds. Okay.
You hit the top of your phone to hang up the call. It's on the bottom of the phone.
Stop it! I had the phone on.
Stop!
I had the phone backwards. Upside down.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. So tune in April 6th, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We will see Eastern Daylight Time, I should say. You'll see us sometime after then. So stay tuned to our Twitter page. You'll see our feed for our big 2-year anniversary WrestleMania preview edition. There's a chance we might not be able to do a post WrestleMania episode, but we will talk about that next week.
Oh man, scary to think that we wouldn't recap WrestleMania though.
Is that a problem for you, Fred?
I think I don't want to. I don't know. But maybe we should go because
we should.
I think Maria's about to call me right now, so maybe.
Yeah, because I can say she's not calling you right now, but
she will.
You have intuition.
I think
you've got like this connection with her where like you just know what she's already thinking.
Telephonic. No, I mean telepathic. Like.
No, you were right the first time. It's
that's true.
Definitely telephonic.
Yeah, that's the only power we have between each other. Is that we only know when each other is going to call each other. That's pretty much it.
Wow.
Like, I don't know what she's thinking. I just know when she's going to call me. That's the only thing we have, like, weird. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And, like, I have a penis and she has a vagina. And that makes everything great.
You guys think about that a lot?
I like thinking about that, Craig.
And she does, too, because, like, you know that she's thinking about that.
Yeah. Well, fuck. I think... I don't know. I'm confused now. All right.
You've always been confused. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Tune in for our WrestleMania 34 preview show. We will be writing down every fucking match, way better than we did this week. Hopefully we get some better build on the last Raw and SmackDown before Mania. But, yeah, man, we have a big show next week, so I think we should start resting up now, because there's going to be a lot of drinks involved. We're going to have a lot of... We're gonna really promote this week. I think we're gonna.
Are we?
I think we will.
I think we should.
Let's shoot for Friday because I got no plans. I'm not doing shit.
I mean, I gotta work, but it doesn't matter. I gotta work every day anyway.
Who gives a shit about Friday?
That's true. I mean, yeah, we're here, so.
Yeah.
In your house. So.
In my basement.
Yeah. Wow, this is going really long now.
I know we're approaching an hour and a half. I think it's time to wrap it up. So I'm just gonna walk away now. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, see you guys next week.
Let's go. All right. Oh. Okay. I'm silly. I'm not done with the show yet, silly. I know you. Stop. You're embarrassing me, Maria. I'm live right now. Jeez. Stop. God. Do you want me to sing the song? I'll sing the song then. We love wrestling. Okay, I did it. All right, I love you. I shouldn't have said. I gotta go. Bye.